All right, welcome to Ask God Live. It's so interesting. So I'm so happy to have you here again today. It is Monday, and it is a day where I answer questions from you, my faithful and loyal subscribers. If you are not one of those subscribers and you're finding me for the very first time and you like what you see and you like what you hear, then do not hesitate to subscribe and share this so that you can get every Monday, you can get notification when we have another show for you. What do? I help Christians recover their marriage, revive their marriage, rebuild their marriage from the scratch, even if you're working alone. This is so important and passionate, and I'm passionate about it because when I help people have Christians, especially have a better, stronger marriage, they are able to impact more people and be a blessing to their children and to people all around them. So today I have a question that I'm going to be answering. But before that, let's see who's available, who's there. If you are with me live, hashtag live. If you are with me, if you're catching this on the replay, then hashtag replay. If that's how you are, if that's you're getting this after we are done. All right. Remember, if you are live with me, you have a priority. I would answer your questions first, and I would be happy to let you know what you want. I'll stop whatever I'm doing to answer your question. Today's been an interesting and busy day for me. I actually went to support somebody who was the family got having to deal with issues of divorce and all of that. The cost is enormous financially, emotionally, and otherwise. And so I'm even more passionate today to be a blessing to you and to everyone that is there, because if you can spare yourself of all that trauma emotionally and otherwise, then you might as well do that. So today I'm going to answer the question, how do I regain trust in my marriage as a man if I have lost it, either through lying or infidelity in any way? How do I regain trust? That's a question I'm going to be answering today. And I'm going to be having a masterclass. I'm running a masterclass this week, tomorrow actually, for those who are catching me live. If you're not catching this live, then check in the comment section or in the description. There's a master class that I do that shows you the exact steps that you need to follow if you want to recover your marriage as a Christian. If you want to recover your marriage, the exact 5 steps to follow. I'm going to be sharing that. It's going to be about 90 minutes, and I'm going to be able to go into details. I plan to really give you those steps and show you how you can recover your marriage even when your spouse is not yet willing to support you. If your wife is not willing to support you, your husband is not willing to support you at the beginning, I will show you exactly what you need to do. And if you do that, then you're going to have and a marriage that is revived, and you're going to be happy to continue. So if you want to be part of that masterclass, the one going on tomorrow or the one after, you just go in the description. You will see where I've put that. The masterclass link is right there. Go ahead and register so that you don't miss out on that free masterclass. All right, so today let's get to the question, how do I regain trust? How do I regain trust in my marriage after lying or after infidelity? And I'm going to answer that question. First, I need to show you the roadmap to recovering any marriage. If you want to recover a marriage, there's a roadmap. All marriages can be recovered using this roadmap. If you want to fix any marriage, you must go through this process. Now you will have different names depending on whoever is trying to help. It will be It will come up in different ways. However, what I've found is that most times when people are teaching, they focus on just one part, and so when you practice that part, you get some temporary solutions, and then things break down again. So before I answer the question, how do I regain trust? I want you to know that regaining trust in your marriage is at the level of friendship. So it's level 3. You want to regain trust because friendship is broken when you betray somebody. What you do is your partners, you are and then you stab them in the back. You you do something that makes them wonder if they can trust you anymore, and so that happens at the level. That's where you see it occurring, but that's not where the problem is located. Many times when a person has a problem in a marriage, the problem, the symptoms you see are usually located way lower down in the roadmap. And I'm sharing that with you because when you know exactly how your problem is, you have higher chances of solving that problem properly and permanently. So if you are in a marriage, so you lied to your wife a few times, or you did something in the past, and they discovered it maybe 2 3 years later, or you've cheated on them, and you are ready to change that, you're ready to restore your marriage, you're ready to move on. And but when you try to, they continue to bring up the past, and you're wondering if this will ever end. You hear them complain, and you hear them wonder, say things that make you wonder if they ever going to forgive you, if this is ever going to end. And so you want to know, how do I recover trust? How will I live with this woman in such a way that she would know that I'm not going to do this again? And that's why I'm showing you the roadmap. There is a process. You can't just jump and fix the marriage by saying things. I'm not going to be able to give you some words that you will say that will make your wife trust you all of a sudden. No, it's not going to happen. And even if I give you some words and you say them and she begins to trust you, you're going to break that trust again, and it's just going to make it worse. We need to examine the problem properly before we begin to give you a solution. And so, what is the problem here? When a spouse says, "I don't trust you," when your wife says, "I don't trust you" because of what you've done, what is she really saying? What she's saying is that I want to trust you. I feel hurt by the the breach in the trust that we've had in the marriage, but I want it to come back, and I need you to demonstrate to me that I can rest, I can trust you. That's what she's saying. She's doing everything that she can within our strength, because she also is being triggered and she's afraid and she's operating out of fear. But she's doing everything that she can to make sure that she can rest. She can close her eyes again, because that's what she was doing in the marriage before. She was able to just rest and trust that what you've said is correct, and what she's safe with you. Now, in order to rebuild that safety, you need to learn and operate consistently in honesty. That's what you got to do. If you want to regain trust, you don't just say that please trust me, and you don't get angry when the person doesn't trust you. So you got to figure out, what is this person want, what does she want? She wants to feel safe, and she's not going to feel safe just by me saying it. So I'm going to have to demonstrate that safety to her. And in order to demonstrate that safety, you want to begin to build it gradually by telling the truth all the time, as often as you can, and by helping her to find that whatever you say is exactly what you mean. Now, you may find that quite difficult if you are already struggling with lying. And why do we lie? We lie because we want people to love us. That's the main reason why we lie. We lie because we want to have our way. We want people to value us for who we are. We want people to see us as better than what we think we present, so we lie about that. We are afraid that love will be withdrawn, so we lie. So why did you lie in the first place? Why did you lie to your wife that what you're doing is something else? Or why did you lie to her about money? Why did you lie? Why did you cheat on her? If you do not know why, and you just make up your mind that I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm not going to hurt you anymore, she knows that you said that you never got into this marriage to hurt her. She knows that. Even if she doesn't say that to you, she knows deep within her heart that when she met you and you guys decided to be married as believers, then at that time you were not planning to. And so coming to her and saying, I you know what, I'm a changed person, I'm not going to hurt you anymore, doesn't solve the problem. Because if you could fall once, you can fall again. What you must demonstrate, however, is that you have put things in place that were not there before. What you must demonstrate is that I see where I got wrong and I can enroll you to help me so that I don't fall into the same mistake again. If you can do that, you will work more. The healing process will be faster for her. It's not going to be automatic, but it will be faster. Why? Because you're demonstrating that, you know what, I see where I missed it. This is how I missed it the first time. This is why I am lying to you, because I don't have enough confidence within myself that you will love me even if you know the truth about me. And because of that, I've run into this problem of lying to you, and now you've discovered, and the marriage is struggling. So you want to do that, to begin to tell her the truth and enroll her into all the things that you're doing to make sure that you are doing well. Now, this is easier said than done. The reason why you didn't do this in the first place is because there's there are other underlying issues that you need to deal with. And if you look at the roadmap, you will recognize some of these things there. The really big problem is that you have this habit. So when I talk about the heart, you have this habit that you use to make sure that love is not stolen from you. We all have those habits. When we notice that somebody doesn't like us, we begin to do things to make them like us and approve us. Or when we notice that somebody that has liked us and has honored us and has valued us before has a potential of viewing us we less than we think they should, we will begin to do things to make it up. And in the case of lying to your spouse and infidelity, what's going on there is you're crying for a level of pleasure, connection, and satisfaction that you're not getting in your marriage, and so you went out, instead of working hard on building it, you went to look for it in a way, in a place where you can get it without much responsibility. And if you can catch that, that's why we work on the heart first. If you work on your heart and you deal with the things in your heart, and you get to see clearly why you are pursuing things that you ought not to, when you are doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing, if you can learn how to do that and catch that, capture that, then you can articulate that to your spouse. And when you do that, they're going to hear you because they know that you're working. They hear you and hear your heart and your body language and every part of you saying to them, you know what, I've seen where I messed up. I've seen where things went wrong and I want to change it. And so when you look at the way we approach things from the love workout from Agape, where what's happened when you lied is that you there's so many things that were going wrong there. Number one, you wanted your wife to continue to see you the way that she was seeing you rather than the way that you are. So either wasting money or connecting with other women or being distracted. So whatever made you lie is because you want her to keep seeing you in a good way, and whereas you're living in a different way. Now before that is your relationship with God, because God cannot be tricked. So he sees you the way you are. And for you to consistently do the wrong things when God can see you and you're not ready to come clean and do the right thing is because your relationship with God, your connection with God is also problematic. And so you got to work on fixing that and articulate the process. So if you really want to build trust fast, you need to come clean and begin to articulate the process. And the reason why it's hard to do that is because you assume that even if I open my heart now and let her see the struggles that I have, for example, if you were in a relationship with somebody and you are still connected, you still feel something towards them, you may wonder that if I come clean and say to her, my wife, that I'm still struggling with this, it's going to break her some more. And that's correct. However, you don't need to say that like that. You may need to, depends on the relationship. What you need to say though is that I'm struggling in my heart, I'm struggling in connecting with God. There are certain foundational things in me that needs to be worked on, and I'm working on them. And show how you're working on them. Did you get a coach to help you? Did you get somebody to keep you accountable? And I would say if there's infidelity or even lying that's long, get a coach, get somebody. It helps your wife to feel more comfortable that you're not joking about this. You want to work things out. You want to work things out. And so if you work on just building that strength back, you go to the lower levels and check in your heart, where did I go wrong? What is it that I'm craving that makes me cheat on my wife? There's something. What's that thing that I'm craving that makes me to lie to her and pretend about things that are not correct? Once you are able to begin to notice these things, then you explain them to her. You share them with her, your process. Bring her along with you. Your fear that she's going to leave you, your fear that she's going to really get completely disconnected and not give you love, is going to come to fruition faster if you hide the truth. So you want to get strength right now and allow her to see your process of growth. It is in that, when she notices that you are growing, that she can then trust you and begin the process of healing for ourselves, and then you're healing the bond between both of you. So it's important that if you want to regain trust in your spouse, you need to work on um, the foundational issues, like I showed you in the roadmap. Work on the foundational issues, get somebody to help you, involve a third party in this, and enroll your wife into the process of the transformation and the change. When she knows that there's a process, when she knows that you're accountable, when she knows that you're doing whatever you need to do to fix the thing that caused us in the first place, the chances of her trusting you is greatly increased. And as you grow in that process, if you enroll her, you'll find that faster and faster she will get the healing that she needs, because you will communicate the process to her. But if you, the mistake that a lot of people make is when the wife continues to ask them deep questions and try to find out more, because she cannot get rid of this thought in their heart, they then get angry themselves, because and they say, look, when am I going to ever get rid of this? Am I going, do I have to die because I made a mistake? Are you going to continue to pester me? It's been 5 years that these things happened. Why are you still going after me? Now the reason is that you didn't involve her in the process. You didn't enroll her in the process of your transformation. And so she's looking for ways to convince herself that she is valued by you, that she means a lot to you, and that you're not going to intentionally do that again to her. Now she doesn't need to trust. She doesn't need to put her trust in your ability. She needs to learn to put it in God. But at this time, that's not where she is at. She's at the point where she wants to get that from you, and you may not be able to provide a full assurance that you will never make a mistake, but you can provide a assurance that you are in the process of transformation. And if you are in the process of transformation, that's the best you can do anyway. And many times we see people, marriages, couples, relationships healed because the husband or whoever is the culprit is willing to allow the other person to go with them through the process. So it's a matter of showing, getting through this process, this roadmap yourself, and enrolling your wife as you go through that process. So if you're with me live, do not hesitate to let me know. If you have a question, put it in the comments, put it in the chat. I will be happy to answer your question. Remember, there is a masterclass that's coming up. If you are not registered yet, register. In that masterclass, I share 5 steps, proven steps, steps that you can use to unleash the power of God, agape, into your marriage, to repair the bonds that are broken, and recover your marriage, even if you are working alone. That's why I said, even in the case where you have broken the trust of your wife, you can begin the process of transformation. And usually we start with the heart. Get your heart to be in the right place. When your heart is in the right place, you're not going to cheat on your spouse. When your heart is in the right place, you're going to discover when you're drifting, and you're going to be able to fix that. When you are and to fix your heart, there are 3 things that usually you need to focus on. Number one is, what is the source of your joy? Where are you getting that from? If it's from things and people, you're going to run into that trouble. A person that cheats on their wives is because they connect their source of joy and value from praise and from admiration. Now, every one of us gets tempted when somebody focuses on you, shows you attention, honors and respects you. There's going to be a temptation. However, if that's not where you get your real source of joy from, it is from your relationship with God. When that temptation shows up, you will know that it's a temptation, and you will resist it. All right. So when you are working on your heart and building out those things, working on your joy, working on forgiveness, things that your the negatives that you have in your heart, you're releasing them, and looking at the habits that you have had over the years. When you lie to your spouse, you won't start lying just when you got married. You must have been using the lying habit to escape a lot of scrutiny, and escape a lot of people wanting to withdraw their love from you. This is why you brought that same habit into your marriage. And so if you want your wife to trust you again, what you must do is show to her that you are working on those deep things. If she can see that, the chances of her growing and just healing will just grow. It will just increase, and you will see that your marriage is restored. And well, not instantaneously, but the hope is there, and she would be much more comfortable with the process. And of course, you want to add, I want you to know that when she complains, whatever questions she asks, you should be willing to answer. You should be willing to encourage her to um, share her feelings. Now, you may not want to share details of whatever is going on with her, especially in the case of infidelity. What you want to let her know is that what you're asking those questions for is because you want to be sure that I am growing, and I am being transparent with you. I want you to know that this is what I'm doing. You open up to her the growth process, not necessarily telling her the details that she's asking, because many times she's asking those questions not because she wants to know, but because she wants to be assured that you are transforming. She wants to be assured that she can rest. And of course, you want to put in the fact that you are trusting God, you're depending on God, and that you trust that she can learn to depend on God in you, and that God who is in you, and God who's our Father, will strengthen you, enable you to be the man that God created you to be. You want to be a Christian and live it out. You want to be a true Christian. If you want tips and tricks just to manipulate the situation, it doesn't last. If you really pursue God with all your heart, which is why the second level is very important, before we then begin to talk about the friendship, when you deal with the lower levels, you will find that the last level of friendship works better. It's easier, and it's more long lasting. All right. So if you have any situation in your marriage, you're struggling, you've tried your best, you've prayed, you've brought in counselors, you've brought your pastors in, you've tried begging, you've tried cajoling, you have sat down several times to have meetings, and the marriage is still not working, and you have not you don't know what it means when I say tapping into agape, releasing God's miraculous marriage restoring power into your marriage, then I want you to sign up for the masterclass, which is coming up tomorrow. And if you're catching this on the replay after tomorrow, then there's always going to be the next one. I want you to register and attend that masterclass. You will see the 5 steps that you need to follow if you want to repair any marriage. And those steps are here, some of them here, but I'm going to present them to you in more details, and I'm going to show you how you can start the process and how you can unleash the power of God into your marriage through agape, which is unconditional love, way different from what you've understood before. Many times a lot people do not know what agape means. They just assume that it's the same love that they understand, and they assume that if you are in love with somebody, if the love is real, the marriage will work, and if the love is not real, the marriage will break down. All of that is wrong. We learned all these things by assumptions, not because that's how they are. It's like someone saying the earth is flat because it looks flat, and the earth is stationary because it doesn't feel like it's moving. That is not correct. If you know the truth, then you're able to go more, to use that more. And so this is why you need to learn how agape works, how love really works the way God designed it. And I will share those 5 steps with you in the masterclass. If you want to register for that, check in the description. You will see the links to register and be part of it. It's going to be about 90 minutes, and in those 90 minutes I'll share with you those 5 steps, and really give you answers to your questions. After the masterclass, I will be there live answering your questions and giving you everything that I can to help you begin the process of restoring your marriage. What's going to happen to you after the 90 minutes is that you're going to have tools. You're not going to be hopeless anymore, especially if you find that right now your marriage, you don't have any hope that can be repaired. I want to tell you that I will show you more tools that you may not have tried, and it will give you hope that this marriage can be restored. All right, I'm going to stop this in a few minutes. I'm going to pray with you, and we're going to wrap this up for today. I look forward to meeting you at the masterclass, where I can give you a lot more, a lot more. So, Father, I thank you for those who are catching this on the replay, those who are live with me right now. I speak blessings into their lives. I speak blessings into their marriage. I speak great grace over them. And Father, as we practice your love, may it transform our marriages and make us more impactful to those who meet us everywhere we go. I pray, Father, for the masterclass tomorrow, that it will be life changing, life transforming for all those who will be there. In Jesus' name, amen. So God bless you. I hope to see you in the masterclass sometime. Bye for now.